Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at these Hunt wheels I've bought and the reasons for buying them and how they are on the bike out on the road. Okay, so you may remember I have reviewed my Vitus bike probably about a year or so ago now, and I really like it. It's my winter bike. It's got mudguards on at the moment, but I have been thinking about getting some deeper wheels for quite a while. Obviously there are benefits to deeper wheels, one of them being aero benefits and a bit more speed, or able to sustain speed a bit more easily. And one other reason I've got them is because of their width, which we'll look at in a minute. So let's have a look at what's in the box. So two wheels. So these are the new Hunt 50 carbon wheel set. So it's basically their sort of entry level wheel, their cheapest wheel at the moment. They're on sale. I think these cost £650, £630 in the sale. Maybe normal price is something like £899. So pretty good value wheels. So what's the reasons for buying these Hunt wheels? Well, as I said, one of them is the aero benefits you get from deeper section wheels, but the other benefit I wanted is that these are quite wide wheels, certainly wider than anything I've had before. The outside of the wheel is 30mm, so that's quite wide, and internal width is 22, which for a road bike is pretty good going. And what's the point of having such wide wheels or wider wheels? Well, I am, surprisingly, hoping to run these tubeless, certainly for the moment, and to see how they go. And tubeless wheels, one of the things I've had problems with before is the wheels I've ran tubeless on are a little bit narrower, which basically means that you're going to run the tyres at a slightly higher pressure. With these wider wheels and 28mm tyres, they'll probably come out at 30mm, which will perfectly fit with the profile of the rim, and I should be able to run them at something like 65 psi. And at 65 psi, I think you're standing a much better chance of sealing punctures. I think one of the problems with road tubeless, which lots of people have pointed out in the past, and lots of people have argued the other way, but their higher pressure does make it much harder for it to seal well. So the reasons then are: one, it's more aero; two, it's wider, which means you can run them at lower pressure. And there's also benefits to running tyres at lower pressure, because if you run them at lower pressure, there's more compliance over, you know, rougher terrain or particles on the road, which under a harder tyre might get pushed into the tyre. With a softer tyre, it can roll over things like that. And also with wider tyres, you're spreading the load, you know, very slightly, but it is spreading the load over a larger contact patch on the floor, which means again, there's less pressure. So hopefully you should get less punctures anyway, whether it's tubeless or not, if you can run lower pressures with wider tyres. And this is the sealant I am going to be using, the Silca, or the new Silca Ultimate Sealant. And according to Josh from Silca, this should seal up to 80 psi, so I should be covered. It's a much longer lasting sealant. I did have the one previous to this, and I have found, having just cleared out my tyres that I was using before, that it does dry up pretty quickly, and you do get a lot of clumping of the particles in the tyre. So this shouldn't have that problem. It should last, as it says on the bottle, up to 6 months, and it should seal up to 6 or 7mm holes. So let's hope we have some good results, and let's hope I don't even notice the tyre is being sealed. With the Hunts, you also get their accessory pack. So it comes with spokes, should you need them, and more importantly for me, it comes with the valves for tubeless. So now to set them up. Okay, so one thing I am doing first is putting a little bit of oil onto into the stems and around the valves, because oil, a little bit of high quality oil, stops or helps prevent silicone getting all gunged up in the valve itself. Okay, so the tyre is on. That was a bit of a struggle. I certainly wouldn't want to be doing that on the side of a road, so that might be a bit of an issue. So tyre is on, sealant is in, and as you can see probably it's a little bit messy. I'll have to clear that up in a minute. I'm going to try to seat it with my air tank, because I probably could do it with a hand pump, but hopefully this is going to be a lot quicker. As you can hear, for Hunt it's a very quiet free hub. These tyres come out at 30 or fractionally over 30 millimeters, so they're pretty flush with the rims. They are 28mm tyres. So at the moment I'm just looking at the Silca website to see what tyre pressures it's suggesting I should run. So I'll just put that up on the screen up here now so you can see that. But obviously depending on what surface conditions you are on, if I'm on poor pavement with chip seal, 30mm tyres, they're high performance GP5000, so they're high performance tyres, latex or tubeless, fast group ride, it's calculating 64, 63 at the front, so about 63, 64 PSI. If I change that to better conditions, it's gone up to 70. So basically between about 65 and 70 for my rear tyre. So I'm going to play around probably over the next few weeks with tyre pressures to see which one works the best. Probably around here where I am, the roads are quite rough, especially after the winter. And as I said, going into the spring, there's still going to be a lot of rubbish on the roads and stuff like that. So probably running around 65 PSI. So I'm just out on the new wheels and new tyres, giving them a go. Set them up 64 PSI on the front, 68 on the back, and they seem quite comfy. But the first thing that's happened is not a disaster, but not a great start, in that about a minute into riding I've either had a puncture or one of my old punctures has reopened and I've got sprayed with sealant. So spending an hour cleaning the bike or more yesterday, now the bike's dirty with a bit of a muddy road, but now it's covered in sealant, so that's going to be fun going home to clean that. I do wonder why I keep giving tubeless a go. Maybe it's just bad luck. I guess I could say that if I hadn't had tubeless, no, I wouldn't be sprayed in muck, but I would be stopping by the side of the road now trying to fix a puncture, which I'm not doing, and it has sealed, so maybe it's all good. Just need to make sure I clean the bike well. But the wheels, as I said, are rolling smoothly, feel really nice. Free hub's not too loud, which is good. I don't like it when it's too loud and screams your presence. I don't know if you can see the muck on the bike from the earlier puncture. It has resealed and I've only lost a little bit of pressure, but it is annoying if every time you get a puncture, even if it does seal, you get sprayed in sealant. And if anyone had been behind me, they would have certainly got a good faceful of it. But as I said, for the wheels, they seem pretty good. I'm not an expert in wheel testing by any stretch of the imagination, but they certainly roll well. The tyres at that pressure seem quite nice and comfy, and I've got good grip and seem reasonably fast too. Although I have taken my mud guards off, so there's taking off those air brakes certainly speeds you up a bit anyway, doesn't it? So what do you think about tubeless? I know I've asked that question before and we've had lots of comments, but as I said, at least I'm not by the side of the road fixing a puncture, I guess, and a bit of dirt and a bit of cleaning might be worth it. So I hope you found the video interesting, and until next time, bye for now.